So it's finished full time tonight at the Charters Community Stadium. Winchester City 2, Hartley Wintney 1, and I'm delighted to be joined by Devo after tonight's game. Devo, cracking result, vital 3 points, decent performance. What's your take on the game?
Yeah, I'd agree. Firstly, massive 3 points. First win at home. Gets us back up to that sort of point of game, which is probably going to be where we need to be to make sure that we're safe. So we want to make sure we get a minimum of that, and then kick on from there. I thought first half we were excellent, really, really good. I thought we could have probably been further than 2 ahead, if I'm honest. And then a momentum killer really with the penalty decision. The man just nicked it past Max, and he's tackled him. Probably should have had a bit more communication and a bit more chat. He might not have swiped at the player, and that got them back in. And then you need to sort of soak that sort of stuff up, and then maybe early in the second half go and break and get a third, and then things change. But we didn't really get going. But what I would say is I thought we kept them at arm's length. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I'm trying to recall many saves that Charlie made, and I can't remember many, if I'm honest.
No, to be fair, I was just thinking exactly that. Whilst obviously the scoreline remained tight, I don't think, my view, I didn't at any stage think that Billy ever looked that threatened, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It was 2 teams that obviously needed the result today, and we're gunning for that. Like I said, I think we needed to break free a little bit more in that first half, and certainly coming at 2-0, I think it might have been a different game, but it gave them a lift. And then, if you haven't won a game at home, you start thinking, it's really important that we hang on. Tried to change things, the subs will come on and did a good shift, but changed the shape up slightly to try and kind of wrestle control back of the game. It sort of worked, but not completely. They just started, not launching balls. They weren't whacking it long all the time, but they did it that diagonal a lot, particularly in the first half. And then they started pumping balls in, and I thought the centre halves dealt with it really well. Yeah. Obviously, it's a shame Chuggy went off injured, and Josh Bertie at the end, we'd made 3 subs, had a really, really bad cramp. He hasn't played a lot, so don't blame him. And he put a good shift in. I thought he was excellent. Deputising for Kinger, who unfortunately had bad ribs, so couldn't play. All in all, it's just a fantastic result. I was saying to one of the other staff out there, every game in this league is an event.
Yeah.
And we have to play it like that, and you have to make decisions that you don't necessarily have to make in the game. Last season we would just kind of roll out, play really well, roll teams over 4s and 5s, even though we didn't have the right to do that because we weren't massive budget again last year. But this year it's about finding a way to win a game of football, which sounds a bit strange because that's obvious, but it's completely different to last year, and you almost feel drained afterwards. So no, it was good and a great result.
Yeah, and you can tell that from the touch lines as well. The dynamics are quite different. It's not a case of you've been in a battle. You've been in a battle when you get to the end of the game, and I suppose the war wounds are showing with a couple of knocks as well. So first of all, as you mentioned, Kinger wasn't available tonight, and then Callum Chugg sort of made his way through the first half, but I could tell sort of midway through he was beginning to struggle. Yeah. How bad? I know it's quite early to say, but how bad do you think their injuries are looking? Do you think we might get back for Saturday?
I think Danny King's not a million miles away. Wasn't miles off from today, but any knock in the ribs would have hurt him today. I think a few more days he'd be all right.
Yeah,
I'd like to think. Chuggy it's hard to tell. He's a warrior, and the way he plays, he'll find a way of getting through it. But we're gonna have to try and diagnose that pretty sharpish.
Yeah.
Because we need him back because he's been excellent. But having said that, I thought J-Mo was brilliant when he came on. Yeah. So it wasn't a weakening of the team, but just his sort of nature of the way what he is. We miss, but player for player, J-Mo was excellent. So I don't think they'll be a long way off. And then we've got IK still to come back, not far off. So we've got a lot of players in and around it, fitness wise. So hopefully we'll be all right.
Another one I clocked tonight as well was Luke King. Looks like his wrists he's done some damage to his wrist. Could you sort of elaborate on that one a bit for us?
Yeah, unfortunately, in a 23s game, he chose he wanted to play in. He fractured a wrist in that game, so he's out for a few weeks, which is a shame because he's a mountain for us, really.
For sure. Well, we look ahead to another league game here at the Charters Community Stadium on Saturday when we welcome Chesham United, who lost tonight. Although they've obviously had a strong start to the season. What are your thoughts looking ahead to that one?
Tough game, perennial good side in this league. Big, good club, well established, some Prem side. They'll be smarting for losing to Harrow today, but they've been, like you say, they've been on a good run. They've chopped and changed a little bit of the team recently. We have had them watched, but they've made a few changes today. That, there's various reasons they probably might have done that, but so we'll be expecting a tough game, and they're a good team, got some good players, powerful. We'll every game's tough. Every game's
It's
tough.
another battle, isn't it?
One could say, people were saying, it was a 6-pointer today, and la. Hartley have been in this league for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not no strangers to this league, and they've got some really, really good players, especially on loan. A couple, from Slough and one from Farnborough, one from Reading. Good players, So it was every game's tough, and Saturday will be no different.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to it, and Devo, thanks very much for your time tonight, and I look forward to catching up with you again after Saturday.
Cheers, and thanks to the fans. I thought they were brilliant. The young lads behind the goal, they made some real good noise. Seemed like they really enjoyed it as well, and we're grateful to that because, especially on a Tuesday night, 200 plus crowds good, but they really made some noise, and the lads really appreciate it.
Yeah, and funnily enough, I was speaking to Callum Chugg during the second half, and he said he made a point of highlighting it does make a difference. The support does make a difference, and it's good that it's obviously having a positive impact on the pitch as well.
It definitely is. And Chuggy just probably wants a song from them. So
Well, he said he was tempted to go and join them.
No, good stuff. No, thanks to them.
Nice one. All right, thanks, David. So I'm also delighted to be joined tonight by Warren Bentley. Warren, 2 goals. I suppose some supporters would turn around and say, you got us 3 points tonight. What's your take on how the game went?
It's the scrappiest game I think I've played for ages. Second half was probably the worst. We played on the ball, but just dug in and saw out the result. And sometimes it's good just to get a result long term where you scrape a win, especially when you've been struggling for a win at home. So absolutely delighted with the result. The performance could have been a lot better, but we'll take results over performances at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So on a personal note, nice to get a couple of goals. Once you got the second one, were you eyeing the match ball?
Yeah, of course. Because it's been a while since scored a hat trick in the league game. So for sure, but just the third goal I think would have killed off the game. If we'd got that a little bit earlier or saw through 2-0 to half time, but maybe back in the day is all I'd be thinking about, to be honest. But now it's a little bit more of a team approach and thinking actually the result was the main thing tonight. After we haven't played many league games recently, and there's been a clump of teams at the bottom kind of struggling on about a point a game, so we needed to win tonight against Hartley.
Yeah, for sure, and a big 3 points it was as well. On a personal note, 3 goals in 2 games. You're in a rich vein of form. How are you feeling? Is it coming naturally? Are you feeling fit? You're looking very sharp.
Yeah. I felt really fit over pre-season, and the injury kind of set me back a bit. But I've pushed higher the last couple of games. Played in the 9, and you're going to get more chances in that position. So, listen, we're going to have to use squad throughout the season. Silv has been fantastic in the 9, and with results the way they are, we just rotated the team and it picked up. I've picked up the 9 the last couple of games, but it's going to change throughout the season. Could even change on Saturday. So yeah, I've enjoyed playing there. It's kind of been a while since I played there, pretty earlier on in the calendar year. So yeah, I'm enjoying it at the moment.
Excellent. Well, it's showing on the pitch. And looking ahead, we have another home game this coming weekend against Chesham United, who've started the season well. What do you sort of know about Chesham? What are your views looking ahead to the game?
Not a lot. Just throughout the kind of pandemic years, they were really strong. I'm not from memory. I don't think they had the best season last year. I might be wrong there, but they'll be really strong again. I think they're top 4 again. I know one of their players, but other than that, I don't really know too much about them. So I'll wait to see what the report says from Pete. But we're going to go into it with loads of confidence. You know, we played Paul and Hartley, who were really direct. And that's kind of been our undoing this year, kind of long balls. And we dealt with it really well as particularly a back 4 and 5. So we're going into it with really high confidence. You know, the only way that happens is through gaining results. So winning 2 games on the trot, which we haven't done all season, you know, there's a bit of a buzz around the squad again. So we'll go into it with confidence. A few things we need to improve upon, but you know, different games will produce different performances that are needed. We played well against Poole without any much quality on the ball today. We played well, okay, in the first half, and second half was dire, but we dug in off the ball, and that's kind of what's been the difference the last couple of games. Off the ball. What Danny's been saying about transitions and stuff has really helped us kind of just focus on doing the ugly stuff well, and that's what you need to do to get results in this league.
Absolutely, and we're certainly back to getting a result, so long may that continue. Warren, thanks very much for your time. Look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Thanks, man. Cheers.